out, with the passing of the legend, Fat Man Scoop, just a little while ago, we were also in remembrance of Mr. C. It's a lot going on. So please check on your people, but also check on yourself.
Yeah.
Right? It's also there's I think I say it on the air a lot, but I definitely say it to my family, right? Like when we lose people, there's a lesson for us also in, making sure that we're okay. In many ways. That could be your health, that could be your mental, physical, right? It could also just be connecting with people that maybe you've let some dumb ish get in the way of having a relationship, and you caught up in some dumb ish, and you're like, yo, let's move past that and let's, get back right. So, that's where your brain should be at.
Yeah, a lot of times we live with the pain, and pain is a direct signal that something's wrong. But we kind of just
I think too many of us are too accustomed to things being broken.
Something's a little off. I'll get through it. I don't got time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Me, myself included, always.
Listen, I'm not saying I got this thing down pat. I'm actually saying what I need to be doing myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm hitting us all with the button because we need to be working on this on the regular. I mean, it could be something small like
you played yourself.
Go get that back tooth checked out.
That back tooth, right?
That back tooth. We only listen.
Stop
that back
chewing
tooth
on the other side of your mouth.
And
go get that.
Go get the back tooth looked at, bro.
Nice,
Why?
nice.
Why?
You have to. Then it's connected to your ear, and then it can affect your eyes. It's a lot.
Nah.
Yeah, people don't.
Wait, hold up. Run that back. Your back tooth is connected. What happens with the back tooth?
There's a connection between like your ears and your mouth.
There's definitely a connection with your ears and your nose.
Well, I heard about the ear, nose, and throat.
Right.
But I didn't know the tooth goes in there.
The nerves
like there's some
are
kind of
all-
connection.
The nerves, right? So if your nerve goes bad in that back tooth, it can run up in your head top.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And we don't know the full details of his situation, like he was ignoring anything.
Oh no, we don't know what all they gave us with regard to the passing of Fat Man Scoop. It was a health emergency, right? Laura Styles on stage when you reported it.
Yeah. Look, there's a video that's going around. It's not for everyone to watch. I mean, it was basically his last performance, and he says his final things when he collapses, and then they rush him to the hospital.
Yeah.
But
I saw that
if
too.
you knew Scoop, it's not. I mean, it's up to you if you watch it. But I don't know. I felt it was a bit.
I didn't watch
sensitive,
it.
but-
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
I did see it, and I will say his last words were, "If you came to party, make some noise."
Oh wow.
And then that's when he passed, which is tragic, but amazing in some other respects because
it's
if you know
very
Scoop. That's legendary.
Yeah,
he lived that.
Well, and if bro, he was about that life. He was about them shows and traveling and putting on a show and entertaining and bringing people joy.
Yeah.
And that's how he left us, trying to bring people joy.
Yeah.
And I think that while it's bittersweet, it's poetic, it's sad, but it's also beautiful at the same time.
Absolutely. I will say that little piece kind of put a smile on my face because I've had many, many, many conversations with Scoop. You know, the thing is, Scoop used to do overnight, so he couldn't leave until I came into the morning.
Right.
And then he also did middays, so then I couldn't leave until he came in. So we had this kind of transitional relationship where we would always talk for about 10 minutes as the next person took over their shift. And Scoop is a funny guy, man.
Oh, yeah.
Scoop has so many jokes, and he finds the irony and the love and the laughter in so many things. That's why even hearing those last words, I know even in speaking to him, he would smile in some respects.
Well,
and it made me smile inside.
I'm glad you're bringing up smiles with Fat Man Scoop, so I could just, retroactively hit Fat Man Scoop with the button.
Why are you hitting bro with the button?
Because I was the one that had to literally go to every single person at the radio station and monitor to figure out who was putting gum under the console.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Come on.
There was
bro.
gum. There was gum like you had never seen before
Yo,
under the console in the studio, and I had to track it down and
Yeah.
figure it out. And it was Fat Man Scoop putting his gum down there every night.
yeah. I remember.
You
that.
knew it was him too, didn't you?
No. I didn't know that. Once it became a thing, because I never looked under it. Once it became a thing, and I found out, and the word had traveled that Scoop was the person who was putting gum. I was like, "There's gum under the table." Of the
And when you
console.
look down there,
And
you was like,
when I looked, I was like, "Wow!" It was a museum
Of gum.
over the years, different colors. And I asked him. I said, "Yo, you did all of that?" And he was like, "Yeah, that was me. That was me." I was like, yo, wild, bro.
Yes.
Yo, why would you do that? The garbage right over there. He's like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Scoop got jokes, man.
Yo,
I
Fat
love
Man
that
Scoop,
dude.
we love you, man, forever.
love that dude.
And by the way, he will be part of our lives forever because, like many people were saying on social media, if you don't hear Fat Man Scoop's voice at your party, was you at a party?
You wasn't at a party, and you get this too.
Congratulations. You
You was not at a party. You played yourself. And by the way, any DJ that don't play one of them transitions in your set, that means your energy ain't there. The energy ain't there.
And Ebro, and that's worldwide. You go, listen, every time I travel anywhere, I hear a Fat Man Scoop record that I never heard before. Because he was making so many records with producers overseas. I hear a Fat Man Scoop record, new one that I never heard before every time I go out. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's he's a legend, man. There's no other way to describe it.
Yeah.
And we send love and light to the Freeman family. And by the way, also big hugs to all the people affected by this because so many people were affected too, just because it was shocking.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. I texted him when I heard that he collapsed that morning and found out like 40 minutes later that he didn't make it. So it definitely took me. I didn't think him collapsing. I didn't feel anything by that. I just thought like I wanted to just talk to him and say, "Yo, what you doing, man?" You know what I'm saying?
Why you thought he was jumping around like twisted his ankle or
thought he
something?
was jumping in. You overdid it. You know what I'm saying? Relax, because he's a hard worker. He's been a
hard worker, man.
So it was just like, I was like, I'm gonna call him, but I'm like, he's probably asleep. So I'll text him. You know what I'm saying? And soon after the news spread that he didn't make it, so I was stunned, and I hit his brother, young Sav,
Savarini.
and just let him, told him I'm sorry and that I was here, if he need me. So.
Yeah.
And by the way, young Sav, Scoop paid for Sav to go to college with those records. The AV8 records, the clubs he was doing. Syph told me a story yesterday about him literally getting a check from a label made out to Kendall's college, who's young Sav. And then Sav went on the road with him, was his hype man, and ended up getting to have a whole career in the industry, just like his older brother did, because Fat Man Scoop, before there were ever records, was a promo guy at Tommy Boy.
At Tommy Boy Records.
He did everything.
And now young Sav is out here. He's a legend out here himself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Lola Brooke, he's
Great
signing artists. He's doing his thing.
He was the guy for Maybach Music Group for a long time.
Yep.
And I'm sure there are a lot of people out there now who meet Sav and are like, wait, Fat Man Scoop's your brother?
Right.
Right.
But when I met him, it was just, this is Fat Man Scoop's brother.
Yeah.
That's how I met him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, shout out to them, man. Scoop was a great guy.
Rosenberg, would you also say before I mean there was DJ Cool, right, which is, a DC thing and a host
yes.
DJ, right?
Started out a DC thing, then of course became a national legend after like 20-minute workout and let me clear
My throat. Before Cool, hosting on records like that and then recorded like that, who was there? Because Scoop came after Cool.
Yes. The only other thing that was before Scoop was my brother DJ Flex from DC, who also had that record Water Dance,
Right.
which was kind of similar. But no, I don't know of that. Like, you had a lot of people like Masters at Work, Kenny.
When you had
Dope,
DJ
Ahmed
Hollywood, right, the original, who
Hollywood, Brucey B, they did a record.
Hollywood and Brucey B.
Wait, they had a record?
Yeah, over the Benjamins beat, like right before Scoop, like over the Benjamins.
But I mean, even before it was recorded, you had Hollywood doing it
Right.
as a routine in clubs.
Well, no. As a routine in clubs, it literally goes all the way back
Forever.
to the foundation of hip hop.
Right.
But when it comes to the record thing, to me, the order kind of seemed like you had all the people who did it in clubs, right? Then you had the DJs like Kenny Dope, Masters at Work, Armin Van Helden, these guys cast like they'd make those breakbeat
Right.
records. And then Crooklyn Clan, DJ Riz and DJ Scissorhands started making these records that were originally transition records, Ebro, as you were saying.
Right.
But I think Casto, after they made the Franklins, which was their play on the Benjamins,
Right.
it's almost like you started wanting to hear the breakbeat records more than the original records. Then Scoop's voice got on the records, and it became a whole different thing. They became like their own record. And then
Right.
Be Faithful was a monster hit all its own.
Yeah, it's a very well, and the reason I ask and I wanted to have this convo was because Rosemary, you mentioned earlier that mainstream media was calling Scoop a rapper,
Yeah.
and outside of hip hop, people wouldn't know what to call what he was doing.
right.
Right. Well, and nor would they even understand. I don't think people understand what Be Faithful is. I don't think they know mostly that there is a Love Like This Faith Evans record. Most people don't even know that part.
What humans are these? What air are they breathing that they?
I mean,
I
even-
want to meet them.
They don't know the
Love
Queen
Like
Pen
This-
part- Yeah, they don't know. They don't know love like this. They don't know the Queen Pen Party at a Party. It's not a thing.
Love Like This was a moment in time, and Be Faithful has been the last 25 years. So, like,
I'm offended
I'm sorry.
by whomever these humans are that don't know that. Well, because the
If you're
Be
17
Faithful.
If you're 17, you don't know Love Like
Yeah,
This.
but Be
you know
Faithful goes into Love Like This. Like the hook plays eventually in the song.
Yeah, that's the
random
chorus
chorus.
of Be Faithful.
Right.
But that's all they know. That's it.
It's the
You
original.
know? This is the original.
So there's someone right now that was waiting for Fat Man Scoop to come in right
Yeah.
there. And they didn't.
Absolutely.
Oh, 100%. And you know,
Right after this,
shout
they're
out-
like, "What's your zodiac? Wait, what happened?"
yeah, what's your zodiac? I talked to DJ Riz yesterday from the Crooklyn Clan.
When's this Wind Up conversation coming out, by the way?
Right now, just dropped right now. So
Okay.
wherever you find podcasts, Syph and I talked to Riz about the history with Fat Man Scoop, and he said that Scoop called them and said, "Hey, I want to do one of these records over this Faith Evans beat." And Riz was like, they'd always done hip hop. He was like, "Really? You want to do an R&B one? You think this is really going to work?" Scoop was like, trust me. And of course, they got in there, and then they made that record. They used all the other parts, the Black Sheep,
Right.
all the different little pieces, and it's magic. I mean, it changed all their lives. It changed Scoop's life. Scoop has been traveling ever since that record came out.
Yeah.
I mean,
And that opened the door for the Missy. That opened the door for the Timberland Magoo. That opened the door for a lot of things.
Oh yeah, and you must know, because a lot of people have been playing the Timberland Magoo record. Cass, I was thinking about this. You got to realize that when he goes Fat Man Scoop, Timberland, that's a play on the fact that he's always saying Fat
Crooklyn
Man
Clan.
Scoop, Crooklyn Clan.
Yeah.
And
don't
just
forget,
switched it to Timberland.
Rosenberg, Fat Man Scoop was also a pioneer in the podcast space. Remember, he had this podcast with his wife, and they made that into a TV show on MTV.
On MTV, Man and Wife. That's
Early.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, man. Fat
Amazing.
Man Scoop, super legend, bro.
He was the best.
Super legend.
Hip hop's hype man.
Hip
Some
hop's hype,
respect.
man. Is that
It's a fair.
It's fair.
I'm not mad at that.
I've
I'm not
heard
mad
it
at
said before, so
So now, when mainstream media were to write about Fat Man Scoop, and we saw them calling him a rapper, and we're like, no, what should they have called him?
Just Fat
Well,
Man
he did.
Scoop.
To be clear, he did rap. He rapped before this whole part of his career, and he actually just rapped. He's on the ASAP Rocky album. I don't know what he did on the Rocky album, but he's on there.
Yep.
He's rapping a full verse on the most recent Diamond D album. And shout out to Diamond D because they went to high school together. I don't know if you guys saw Diamond D post their pictures together from high school. But so he did rap. But no, I think hip hop performer. I think MC. I think
It's
all
tough.
those things would have worked.
So maybe they,
Rapper felt wrong. Rapper did feel wrong.
well, did it feel wrong because you're saying it felt limited, right? Like he did more than that.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's more than a rapper. He was an MC. He was a radio host.
He was an entertainer. He was a DJ. Yeah.
Entertainer. Yeah, man.
Rest in peace, Fat Man Scoop.